Hello! Whether you're here because this video was uploaded for the first time or you're here because someone else directed you here, I'm going to explain how to get the chance at getting your CAC to join the GMVs or XMVs that I make on my channel. This video is actually an updated version of a previous one that I made last year because there are some things that I forgot to mention or new things that I need to talk about. Overall though, this will be a very simple set of things that you can follow to properly tell me about your CAC if you want the chance in them being featured at all. And it's also beneficial for me to make this video and for you to watch it because it saves time having to explaining everything over and over and over again every single time I make a post about something. Or again, in this instance, with the viewer, you watching this video, you can just share it with anybody else and then they can instantly get the same instructions that you did. So overall though, for both sides, it's convenient and beneficial. So for starters, if you're new to this kind of thing that I do and you're wondering what a Xenoverse 2 GMV or XMV even is, basically it's a way of using a modded version of XV2 to make Xenoverse 2 music videos like the ones you see on screen right now with the mods made by the various people in the community. I tend to use the mods that have crazy cinematic camera angles, and I also use photo mode in the game to make all these videos possible while mixing in the music in there to bring it all together. It features cast characters and modded cast characters sometimes depending on the overall theme or story for a particular video. But the main selling point, as you can guess by the title, is featuring other people's CACs in the community, including YouTubers that make content around it in some degree over the years. And you, the viewer, can also get yours featured, which I will get into right about now-ish. Now, how to get started with all of this is if you see a post like this, pretty much asking any of my followers or anybody that's familiar with me at all if they're interested in the new video that I have for an upcoming Xenoverse video that I have in mind, then that's how you can reach out. Whether it's commenting here on YouTube or Twitter if you have it at all. And all you have to do is send an image or a video or just tell me the details of how to recreate your CAC. That's it. Preferably all three, but you can do either three of them and it'll still work. It's completely free and there's no payment in terms of money, but I do need to say that there's no guarantee that I'll be able to feature everyone. I don't have a lot of people coming in consistently to the point where it would get overwhelming, but that doesn't mean that I'll get everyone all the time depending on how many people interact with the post. Also right now, I'm only featuring one CAC per person to give everyone a chance at being featured, because I feel like if I feature multiple custom characters from the same person, that takes away other people's chances at being featured, you know what I mean? And I want to make sure that the videos that I make are for everyone and for everyone to have an equal open chance to get featured in these videos. Because I feel like if I were to make one video for one person, then I feel like it would be more of a commission rather than a public video. It's kind of like an artist or like somebody, you know, drawing an original character for money, you know what I mean? And again, I just want to make sure that everything is visible for everyone and for everyone to have an equal opportunity. That's why I'm featuring one CAC per person. I'm sure there will be a time where I'll ask for multiple CACs from the same person depending on the video idea or if the video idea is big enough to the point where one CAC is not enough. And I'll be sure to let you know when that happens, but I'm just keeping things simple with one custom character per person. One final thing is that if you see me quote or retweet telling you about the process of the video and how it's going, that's still your open chance to get featured as well. So if you want, be sure to strike while that iron's hot in that scenario, because I'm not very talkative when it comes to making video or these kind of videos rather, but I also want to make sure that I update you as much as I can so that way there's not the lingering question of, oh, is it too late to get featured in the video now? Like I want to make sure that people know how the progression is going and they still have time to get featured if they are still interested in getting featured in the first place. Also, if you can, please take clear pictures of them if you can't take screenshots so that way I can properly get all of their details. Now, with all of that being said, there's more to be said when it comes to featuring vanilla CACs, modded CACs, and XM2 CACs as well. I accept all three, but it's important to mention to be clear about how your CAC looks in the vanilla sense. So it's like what outfit they're wearing, accessories they have, the hairstyles, the color of their hair, you know, what height they are, what weight they are, the color of their outfits, etc., etc. You don't have to worry about what specific charge they have because all of the charge animations in the vanilla game looks the same, so that doesn't matter unless it's a modded charge, I guess. Now, if you have a modded CAC, be sure to include all of what I just said previously, but if they have modded outfits, accessories, hairstyles, you know, all the extra stuff from other places that are like Patreon mods and stuff, then be sure to tell me where that's from or directly link me to the place where the mods are from so that way I don't make any mistakes when it comes to recreating them. That'll be way easier and less time consuming instead of trying to venture the internet to find them myself, because There were times where I wasn't clear of this, and when people sent me certain mods to use for the CACs and I didn't know where they were from, it took me centuries to even try to find that specific one, and then that's what ended up making the video take so long. So it's way easier to just, be clear about that, so that way I don't have to spend so much time trying to find it myself. Now, here's the new thing. XM2 CACs are basically custom personalized modded CACs that are a downloadable file, and like I said before, those are also accepted, and you can send those files through Twitter DMs or Discord, and here's both of those on screen right now if you want to send them over that way if you feel a bit anxious about sharing them online with others. Now, when it comes to races, all of them are accepted, but even though I know most of the time that Saiyan CACs are going to be the main focus and the main features because that's just how the way the Dragon Ball community is, don't forget about your other characters that aren't Saiyans if you have them. Like, please, for real, don't forget about them. I just don't want to feature Saiyan characters over and over and over again if I can help it, because I just feel like that would get stale after a while to include Saiyans and Saiyans time and time again without any introduction to any of the other CACs in the game that aren't Saiyans. So be sure to include Friezas, Majins, Earthlings, Namekians, etc. in your list of characters that you want me to feature. Next, to add more as an extra, if there's any specific traits or details that are a part of your CAC, then be sure to tell me about that as well. So for instance, if your CAC is a weapon wielder, be sure to tell me what kind of weapons they use, whether it's modded or vanilla. If they have a specific fighting style, like if they mostly attack with ranged attacks, melee attacks, or has a specific fighting style that you would like me to recreate with the mods, then be sure to tell me about that. Be sure to tell me if they attack with lightning, fire, if they use time skip abilities like hit, or if they have godly skills like Merge Zamasus, anything like that. If your CAC has the ability to manipulate light and dark powers or has certain forms that you want me to use, then don't shy away from those details either. Just keep all these things in mind as you tell me about your CAC, so that way whenever I make the full video it can be more fun and in character, for lack of a better word, because experimenting with the details that you give really makes it fun to bring it all together and think about as I work on it. And I also just really like seeing other people's CACs fight in different ways as well. Lastly, if there's any updates to your CAC, like if you change anything about their features, clothes, etc., all that good stuff, then let me know so that way I can keep it in mind for next time for when I make another video. So that way I can have the updated version of them and all the stuff that you updated with them in the new video. And with that, that's everything that you need to know in this updated video from the previous one. This was basically identical to the one that I made previously. I just needed to include some additional things that I forgot to include in the one that I made last time. So that way it can be as clear as possible for everyone that may be new and have missed that video, or just for the sake of clarity when it comes to mentioning new stuff that people may not be aware about. So yeah, that's how things roll in terms of featuring your Xenoverse 2 CAC in these videos. And like I said before, if anything changes with this format, I'll make an update video sometime soon in the future. Which I probably will, but I probably won't make a whole video centered around, well, I probably will make a whole video centered around it, but not in this way. Because I'm also considering about making a Discord server so that way people can send their CACs in there as well if they don't want to wait for a post or anything. So I may consider doing that. It's just about getting around to that because I actually don't know how to do that. But other than that, yeah, if anything major changes, then another video will be made in the future, like this. Now, you might ask when the next GMV is going to happen again, and like I said before in the previous video before this one, I still don't know. After the last one, which was basically 3 videos in one, I'm still fresh out of ideas for now. So in the meantime, please support the ones that I made already until I get an idea for a new one. I also wouldn't mind if you give those videos that I made already support by liking, sharing them with others in the community, including YouTubers that cover Xenoverse in some way, or just straight up watching them. These videos don't take a short time to make majority of the time, especially the ones that are over 10 minutes, so I would really appreciate it if you gave the Xenoverse 2 music videos that I made over the course of 3 years or however long I've been doing it for support if you want me to continue to making these videos in the future. Feel free to subscribe as well, because if you do that, you'll know when the next XMV call out post will be, and you'll also know when the next video will be published. Anyway, enough shilling for now. As for the next GMV, like I said, I don't know yet, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But until then, I'll see you when I see you.